Hello, I'm Stanislav Kagin, aka Vider. I'm the game designer for World of Tanks, and today I will answer your questions.
On the forums, you've said that premium ammunition for credits would further the advancement of competitive tournament and esports. How does this option promote those arenas?
In esports, not only the skill of the team is important, but also premium ammo and consumables. There are veteran teams who have an abundance of gold to spend, and there are newer teams who don't yet have those resources. So we've introduced the option to buy premium ammo for credits. It simply opens up the possibility for anyone to obtain premium ammo without necessarily having to invest their money beforehand. This will help teams to make the leap from pub matches into tournaments, even if they don't have any gold.
Players are in fear that armor will lose its importance as you introduce the ability to purchase premium shells for credits. Do you plan on increasing the cost of premium ammo so that it's more difficult to afford?
I think there has been a little bit of an overreaction. The price is actually very high credit-wise, so players will not be able to afford it very easily. This is an experiment, and we anticipate a rocky start, but a smoothing out after enough time has passed. If some aspect of the experiment goes wrong, we may adjust the price or just disable the option. We can't predict every last possible outcome from the introduction of this option now, but we'll be keeping tabs on the trends that show up once the feature goes live.
Do you plan to nerf premium shells so that they don't completely undo the value of armor?
No, we don't plan on nerfing premium shells yet. We do have concerns, and I've discussed with my colleagues, but for now, I'm going to keep it to myself.
If particular tanks become suddenly overpowered due to the new influx of premium ammo, simply because they were balanced before this change, do you plan to nerf them?
More or less, yes. We always adjust any overperforming vehicles. It's unlikely that we'll see any huge swings, but we'll monitor the statistics and adjust the values where necessary. It's very common practice at this point, one that we hope everyone is used to. If some new feature goes wrong, we always go in and make changes.
So, if this feature proves to be a success and becomes permanent, are you going to introduce premium consumables for credits?
Maybe, but the answer is still up in the air. We'll first look at the purchasing of premium ammunition for credits, then we'll decide on consumables.
Will it eventually be possible to view the complete chat log during battle?
Yes, we don't know the exact date it will be added, but we are planning to implement this function soon.
Do you plan to add a hard cap on distribution of scouting tanks so that there are equal numbers for both teams?
Yes, it has been discussed for quite a while. It will be introduced soon, hopefully early next year.
Will there be a further balancing of scouts that takes into account the specific tank, like the T-52 or VK-2801? That way, there would be equal numbers of those specific tanks on each team.
No, the balancing will be simpler, taking into account the number of scouts, same with artillery.
Will there ever be an option to create training rooms for one player and a bot of any tank they want?
No, I'm sorry to say that we don't plan on offering such a feature. Creating a map for one person loads the server as much as maps for many players. I hope you understand that we aren't in a position to set aside such large amounts of server space. We can't launch the map locally using the player's client either. It would mean that we have to transfer sensitive code to all players' PCs.
Will there ever be an option to choose sides in the assault mode? Maybe by checking a box in the options menu?
No, we don't see this as a necessary addition at this time. All players may select the same side. This would cause trouble when placing people into matches.
What do you think of T-95s, mouses, and other slow walkers attacking during an assault? Maybe it would be better if they were only on defense.
I don't think so. But as a solution, we may lengthen the battle timer back up to 15 minutes. That way, the low-speed vehicles will have an opportunity to attack.
What if those vehicles are not comfortable or suited for attacking? They travel slowly and their performance suffers while moving.
Not comfortable? Well, the idea is to make them feel uncomfortable. The defenders also have disadvantages, so it's a pretty balanced scenario.
Do you plan on adding any extra information on critical hits in the after-battle report? For example, which modules or crewmen were damaged?
No, as we're trying to limit the amount of information the player is bombarded with at the end of the battle.
Previously, it was possible to see how much experience was needed to research a module by placing the cursor over it. That function isn't available now. Will you reintroduce the feature in one of the later updates?
Yes, it'll come back with a few other things. We've streamlined the tech tree, introduced the mouse over display for the experience required, and a mouse over option that will display the price of the researched module while in the tech tree window.
As we all know, the original tutorial was removed from the game. Do you plan on making another?
Yes, the Wargaming team is currently developing a new tutorial, a map where you're encouraged to explore and learn with the help of voiceovers, icons, text, explaining where players should go, which buttons to press, and giving a general idea of how the game is played. The players will learn how to aim, fire, and drive through dangerous and tricky terrain. The tutorial is actually scheduled to be released very soon.